This is where we are saying when they employ us that I'm flexible.
I work well under pressure.
I'm living that.
You know.
Yeah. You are also being given this law to enforce. You are not writing the law. Who's writing the law? We all should own safety at the mine. Health and safety, actually, so that you don't forget the health part. So you need to own it, but also try to participate in the policy development.
Hi, Whimsies. Welcome to Women in Mining. I'm your host, Tlotlo. And of course, our co-host is not here today, but worry not. Today in studio, we welcome you again. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome and welcome back. We really appreciate the support. If you are new here, I'm pretty sure that you are going to stay. So make sure that you subscribe, comment down below, and please share this video with your family, your pets, and everyone practically. But as you have seen by the title, today in studio, I am not alone. We have a very, very special guest, serious people. But I'm gonna let her introduce herself. So, Miss Ma'am,
Hi, everyone.
Welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Mm-hmm. And we have in studio today
Dimakatso Makgati. Yeah, I'm a young. Does I qualify as young? Yes, I'm still a youth. A young mining professional. Yeah, I'm here in the streets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So today we're gonna have a very interesting conversation, right, regarding the mine health and safety. So when we are looking at the young Dimakatso, can you please take us back to her journey, the beginnings, your upbringing and your educational life growing up? Take us to the back, Nyana.
Well, I'm a Kazi girl. I grew up in Tembisa. I studied my matric there. And, I didn't know that mining existed, hey? Until a maths teacher came to me looking at my mug to say, we've got a great relationship with your classmates, the guys, mostly, and you like money, man. Like during tea break, I'll be the one selling stuff. There's a career called mining. UJ was then one of the institutions, went to school, and then we were subscribing or applying, making applications. So he named the mining. I'm like, okay, if he has money, if I can do well with men, let me go for it. And I applied for mining. I didn't know that mining existed, And I think the most interesting thing is that people will think because you are in the townships, you are close to the city, you've got that information, you've got access to information, and information automatically gets to you. And it doesn't. It's not like that. Exposure is not location determinant. If someone doesn't speak about these things to us, you wouldn't know. So I didn't know that I had to study mining. But yeah, I did. And I went to UJ, got my diploma. And then up until this year where I finished with my master's in metallurgy. So yeah, that is me, who I am. I've been a very reserved, shy girl.
Really?
Speaking doesn't come naturally to me. When I entered mining, I had to change that. It forced me to change that.
To actually get out of your shell.
Get out of my shelf. There's no room for quiet people in this industry, unfortunately, no.
Okay. So now looking at the fact that you didn't know about mining, right?
No,
your teacher suggested mining for you. But what was that one thing that actually drew you to mining? Or just said, let's see, the moolah.
No, honestly, it's money. You'll know, I think it's not only me. I think majority of our youth in the country were not coming from good backgrounds. So you just wanted something that will get or make money quick so that you can change the situation at home, So I think that's what happened. But I'll say also the challenge of working with men, because he made it seem scary that it's only men
in this field.
So I'm like, I'm up for a challenge, go for it. There's no way that is going to stand between me and my money. If that man is standing,
I will get it. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So now looking at the fact that, you went and studied mine engineering at UJ, right?
Correct.
And then you graduated, and of course after graduating, then you go into the industry. Yes. How were your first few days? Like, how were your first days in the industry?
I think that teacher was right. I got along with men. I've had the best years of my first career. You know, when we're doing, you know, with UJ, you'll take a second year for your work exposure, the training. I forgot what they call it, P1, P2. So when you went to the Hard Rock, I did my P1, P2 at the conventional Hard Rock mines there in the Western area. It was scary when I took a cage down. The reality hits, you know. Totally different thing from what I've learned in class, you know. It's busy. But I was allocated a team, and I've really enjoyed working with those men. They were like family. There's issues that, you know, I mean, everyone in the industry will know that how they've been treated and things like that. But I've never really had any of that. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I worked very nicely with those, and it was old men, people who were like the age of my father. Yeah.
But it was a healthy working environment.
It was a healthy working environment. They walk from the cage to the working stations. They were my favorite because I was yapping there. Getting to know your shashalazing. And then when you get to the working phase, now I know who's who, how to handle who. And yeah, I've really had a great start. It was perfect. Although there were challenges, just like any other young fellow who enter the industry.
I was about to ask, like, when you are a young professional entering the industry, what were those challenges that you faced?
The common ones. I was wearing size 3 of the boots of PPE. There was no size 3. I had to wear size 4. So I was always like wearing big boots. But I think the one thing that that really got to me was my menstrual cycle changed. My cycle changed completely. Like I wouldn't know when to expect my period, it was a mess. And unfortunately, we had the one-piece white overalls there. It will just come because of the work. And I think the overload, the overexertion, you know, because we're doing a lot of hard labor.
Your body was adjusting.
It was just, so I'll just experience my period every now and then, irregularly. So I'll just see or notice, or one of my team members will say, "Oh, Dima, you've got, you know." Good thing they were men, you know, they were men, and they were good men. Some will just give me their pieces of tops, and then I'll just wrap around my waist. Yeah. But I think majority of the women who enter the industry, most will probably have those challenges as well.
Okay, so additional question now, when we're speaking about the topic of like women in the mining industry, do you think, when you're looking at things, do you think like now they're trying to accommodate women specifically like during that stage of their cycle?
I think it comes to the safety, psychological safety, you know, the safe space at your work. There are other countries that are doing it. I think there's even one of the companies here in the country that grants those leaves. They give you a day, you know, once in every month or once in every 2 months. I don't know how it works, but they are given some menstrual period leave. Yeah. But besides that, if you are not being granted that leave, I think it also comes back to the relationship that you've got with your employer or the management or your team. You know, I mean, if you speak out, I was speaking out when I was, that's why it was easy for them to even come and say to me,
there's a problem.
Yes, you know, because I was just open about it. But if you're not, then it's going to be a challenge. And on those days, I'll still go underground because I wanted those shifts. But I'll be just there at the, what do you call that place where the waiting area? Yeah, I'll just be sitting there, the waiting area, and help with light duty. Light duty underground.
Just being a girl.
Yeah, so working relationship matters a lot. Yeah, get along with your people. Yeah.
Okay.
But currently, legislation-wise, we don't have those. I think that's purely a labor relations issue. Yeah, but if it does come to safety, I'm sure that's something that the organization that I work for can look into. Yeah.
Okay, so now looking that you transitioned from production, right, into a broader industry role, what actually motivated you to make that pivot?
Hey!
What's this start with hey?
I think there were a lot of factors into that one. Yeah, I think it was a lot of things. Hey, things will happen, and you ask questions. You'll be told that's the law.
There's nothing we can do
There's
about
nothing
it.
you can do about it. And then I got curious. Who's writing this law?
Who's the law?
Who's the law?
Who's the law?
No, let me go see who's writing this law. So that's how I got to apply as well, to where I work now and see how is it actually comes to become law when you're at the coal phase. But also there were just some things, man. We know the culture in our industry. I think at some point I just had to take that, you know what, for now, I'll take a break. I'll come back. I don't know when, but I think that's it. I think I've gained enough exposure with my underground conventional hard rock blasting, and by then I got the open cast blasting as well. I'm like, I think I've got enough blasting certificates.
The certificate.
Let me go and see what else I can do. A new challenge. Let me go contribute onto that law that we keep being told about the law. But I didn't even know what was the difference between a guidance note or a mandatory code of practice.
So you just
or a
jumped
guideline.
in like,
We were just told,
there.
but I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm going. Yeah, that's how I got to apply. I also wanted to make an impact. I used to be very smart. Hopefully, in my days then as a young professional at the operation, I've contributed greatly, So I felt like I think I can do this at a bigger scale, not just confine my impact to one site or one operation or one company, because we had an organization where there were quite a few number of mining sites, and I was just alternating or rotating amongst them. I'm like, no, let me go and make this impact at a bigger scale. Yeah, that's how I I've asked around, and there was like, no, the DMPR. I'm like, no ways. You are also being given this law to enforce. You are not writing the law. Who's writing the law? That's how I got to where I am now. Yeah.
Okay. So now looking at the fact that now you got an exposure to both worlds, as you mentioned that like you got exposed to the culture, obviously.
Yes.
So I want to ask, looking at the operational side, which lessons from the operational side you still carry with you currently, and like you still used when you were pivoting?
Where I work now, we deal with people's lives, So you must always be on your toes. Same thing with the production, The pressure is demanding. The work is demanding. Yeah, I'm sure you have seen, we are everywhere, trying to get the way to everyone at the coal phase. And discipline. You need to be disciplined. And a lot of reading. A lot of research, once there is a research that has been completed before it even gets to be a regulation or legislation, some of us who are making sure that it gets to the coal phase, we have to read those research projects. So that takes discipline, working over hours and things like that. But one thing that I'll say I took is the pressure. You can succumb, you can manage pressure. Yeah. This is where we are saying when they employ us that I'm flexible.
I work well under pressure.
I'm living that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay. I hear you. And okay, now looking at the fact that now you are in the health and safety sector, why do you think that it is that important in the mining industry?
The asset, who's a person, a mine worker. Yeah. I think we're all doing all this safety because there's a life that we need to protect. We want someone to go home safe and harmed every day. At the end of a shift, the most important thing to come out of a mine is a miner. So we're doing all this because we want to make sure that as much as we're keeping the economy, we're the backbone of the economy, we are sustaining our families, that person must come out safe.
Okay. So the asset is
the miner.
The miner.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are some of the biggest safety challenges that South Africa is facing currently?
Hey, it's not looking good.
Kuning.
Hey, last year when we closed off the year in December, we had 41 fatalities in total. We had 41, and when we closed off the year for women in mining, there were 5 women who have lost their life last year, right? As of Monday, literally on the 11th of August, we were sitting at 42, and it's only August. So you can see the pressure is too
almost
much.
halfway through the.
We have regressed. It's not looking good. And for women in mining, we have lost 5 of those year to date. And last year we closed the year with 5 fatalities. So we're going for a summit. This is where the industry comes in every 2 years and discuss the state of mining in the country. And yeah, we'll see what is going to happen there. But the agenda is going to change because we've been doing great, man. Last year it was the lowest ever recorded fatality in history of mining, the 41. We'll have 42, 54, 70, what. So I think we are kind of reaching a plateau. It's a challenge. And when you look at those major contributors of the fatalities before we even get to the health part, is our machine, is transport and mining. Now the question comes, don't we have a regulation or legislation that govern the transports and machinery at the operations? Why still losing people? My view personally, I think it's human behavior. It's the human element. In the country, we are heavily regulated in mining. I think the industry is fatigued when it comes to regulations. Health, noise-induced hearing loss. Primary TB. For how many years has TB been a problem? Last year, when we closed off the year for health, at the end of our financial year, in quarter 1, let me make an example, a reference to quarter 1. In quarter 1, we had about 176 cases that have been reported on health incidents. Obviously, your highest contributors there, or leading contributors, will be your health, noise-induced hearing loss, your work-related musculoskeletal disorders, your PTB, and now we have a new thing coming up, which is the mental health and behavioral disorders. This year, from the 176 that we had, we have quite doubled that. We're at 348. We're not doing well in all aspects this year. So yeah, I think those are the challenges that we have, and we need to go back and rethink, let's go back to the drawing board and do things differently. Let's work on the culture in mining. Let's not make production and safety competing objects or competing components. They must be integrated together to say none must suffer because of the other, because they're interlinked, they go together. Yeah.
Okay. So now seeing that you guys have been like trying to pave the way, and we as the youngsters, right? We as the upcoming professionals in the industry, what is how can we contribute? How can we contribute to a stronger safety culture? Seeing that you guys already were doing the work, but what more can we do, and how can we prepare for that?
I think we are all leaders in our own right, right? Everyone, you are an intern, you are a safety officer, you are a graduate, you are a learner at a mining operation. Safety is everyone's responsibility. We all should own safety at the mine. Health and safety, actually, so that you don't forget the health part. So you need to own it, but also try to participate in the policy development. What I didn't know back then when I was at the operation, when I came to where I work now, is that each and every regulation or legislation that we have, you have a process called a consultation process. You consult the stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders? Those are the people in the industry. You get their comments, you get their inputs to say, are we going the right direction? You are on the ground, you are the ground forces. We are planning to write this particular legislation. What is your view? They submit inputs. I don't know if maybe we must run that survey and ask how many of us, the youth in the industry, have made those submissions.
Yes.
We have one that is open now, the Mine Health and Safety Act bill. It's closing on the 22nd of August. Have we ever made the submissions? That is the Bible of mining. Have we made our inputs? We keep talking policy system, but what is the system? Who is the system? Who runs the system? So we need to move away from, we are being given this legislation, you need to own that legislation. have an influence, contribute towards the development of that particular legislation, because we are being consulted with this regulation. Any regulation, any legislation that is available for the industry, it had gone a process where people were consulted. Unfortunately, the youth, I think we leave it up to the veterans. Say,
they'll do it.
Madala, they'll do it. Our chief, what engineer, our chief. As an intern, you can also make a contribution. Yeah.
Okay. So now going to the advocacy and achievements, right? What advocacy works are you mostly passionate about? Like that you say, this is my baby.
Women empowerment. I think when people see me in mining, they see women in mining. Yo, they see women, and I hear them, I feel them, because they can relate, you know. Yeah, I'm not different. Yeah, women empowerment, STEM, mentorship. I mentored from my days of university. I was involved in an organization,
Yes.
where we're providing free tutoring services to kids. You know, like I said, in terms of access to information, I learned with me that just because I'm in Tembisa doesn't mean that the information is coming to me. Just because I'm in Gauteng doesn't make me any different to someone who's back in the rural areas, because I don't have the information as well. So we were just providing some services to locations like your Alexandra, your Tembisa, your Soweto, and I've adopted some as well. And they're working now, they're in university. They must take care of me. Yeah, I'm very big on maths and science. I'll push that. I can't even remember one calculus formula, but I was like, hey, you must do it. Yeah, and women in mining. Hey, women in mining. It's we're doing well as women. I think we just need to support each other. And I've realized that when you are alone, mining can be very isolating if you're a woman. You need to find a community, you know, you need to find peer networks. I don't know, there's a lot of associations that you can associate yourself with, you know. Then from other people, how is it? Maybe there's no need for you to go through a certain thing because Dima had already gone through it.
And she can walk you through it.
She can walk you through it. You don't need to do ABC or she's at F, G, what. You don't need to start there. You know, I think those communities are very important, and that's why I'm also advocating for women. Yeah, they know when they see me at the regions that
you're our voice. You are our voice.
I can present everything work related, but when it comes to WIM, they say Dima is emotional. When it comes to WIM, I'm a woman. What
you take it personal. That's your baby.
Yeah. No.
Okay. So now I think you mentioned something about mentorship, right? So when you were in university, did you have a mentor? And now currently in life, or like in your position, what do you think about mentorship, and how do you think that can shape a student's future, or even someone in the industry, like maybe a young graduate having a mentor?
Yeah, I think that was the biggest mistake of my career, entering the industry and just trying to maneuver around when you didn't have anyone to guide you. Somehow I got lost. I even stopped studying, you know, because I didn't know what was happening. A mentor is very important. What I did was I approached a certain lady, one of the big ladies who are in the industry, via LinkedIn DM to say, my lady, I see you. You must see me, you know. Can you please just try? I want to be like you. Mentor me. I don't know what's happening. I don't know where to go from here.
I'm just freestyling.
Going with the wind, you know. And unfortunately, she's a very busy woman. And she said, the way you want to be mentored, I cannot offer you that now. But what I can tell you is that every time you have something, you have a question, you have a query, you are welcome to give me a call.
Reach out.
Yeah. It didn't sit well with me because the way my mind works, it is structured. I want us to meet, you know, every month, talk things. And now you are telling me I can just call you anytime. But I didn't know that I have access to these women anytime that I want. And I started abusing. The time I realized that I started abusing My life changed. Yeah, I don't even know. I started attending some classes and also had a life coach on other issues because, like I told you, I was very reserved growing up, very shy. Speaking didn't come naturally.
And now you
and
can't
it's still
tell.
not easy because I'm still, having those classes and just trying to invest in myself as well as a brand because when I'm here, I'm a brand. What do people see when they look at Dima? Yeah, so I think those are some of the things that I got from my mentor to say, put yourself out there. I started posting on LinkedIn as well. Speak your voice. Whether you are panicking or you're stuttering, they're getting the point. Yeah, they're hearing you talk. Show people your world, show your work. It's going to speak for you. There will be no doubt if people can see what you're doing. And I did exactly that. And my life changed. My life changed. And I'm so big. Unfortunately, with the setup, the work that I do is very volatile. You can be at the office today, tomorrow expected to be somewhere else. I don't have a routine. So it's very challenging for me to actually take people through, trying to
day in the life. Day in the life.
Yeah, but I also encourage, the group mentorships works better. But I'll say, if you are a young engineer, if you are a young woman, if you're a young person in the industry or aspiring to be in the industry, get someone to take you through the process. The guidance means a lot. There are people that are even mentoring us, but they are not even aware that they are mentoring us because you just look up to them from a distance, from afar. So what you do is no longer about you anymore because you put yourself as a brand Dima there on LinkedIn. There's someone who's looking up to you, even though you don't know.
Wow.
So yeah, it's quite important. Get the right people. Get the right people. We've had several issues where people. Let me not be controversial. Let's leave it there. Okay. Get the right people to mentor you. whoa. Yeah, who you have in your corner is very important because when an opportunity comes, mining is a small world. When there is a job or vacancy somewhere else, and perhaps maybe Tlotlo applied for that certain position, and they remember that, man, we've seen Tlotlo Dima. They will call Dima and, Dima, do you know, how is she? They ask before they hire.
So your network.
Word of mouth is very important. Your network also is very important. Put yourself out there, but also, behave, man. Portray yourself. You must position yourself strategically in the industry. Don't just be anywhere. What are you? Okay, yes, you have got numbers, but what are you selling? What do you want to be remembered for? What do you want to be known for? When people see me, like I'm saying, they see women in mining. And unfortunately, I didn't want to portray myself as a woman in mining. I wanted to sell a certain, somehow they just, So position yourself strategically, network, build a network, get a nice, or not a nice mentor, get a great mentor. Because mentors sometimes they can, they don't have to say nice things that will make you happy all the time. I've had that. But they mean well. They want to see you grow.
It's someone who's building you.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, there was... Yeah. We need to get a mentor. I need to get a mentor.
You need to get a mentor.
I'm scouting.
Check their own LinkedIn. Where should I start?
Okay. So now going to your achievements in your career. What... Koningi. Linked anymore and read them.
I'm broke.
But looking at your achievements, right? Which one are you mostly proud of? You can name a few.
Are a few?
That's a lot, but you can name a few.
I think it's the kids that... I sound old when I say kids. It's the students that I mentored while I was in university. Now when I see them, because they're in the industry. That's how the influence of a mentor, right? Yeah, because I got them from grade 12. And then when we're discussing careers, they're like, no. let's go for mining, and some took metallurgy, and they're doing quite well. Hey, I'm very proud. Every time I see them, I'm like, Nami, I have contributed a bit there.
I've contributed to the
Something
society.
there. Yeah, and also I'll say completing my masters. Hey, but na skolo sibuima when you are working.
Sana
Yo.
Marina. I remember that time you told me that Scholar
as a fail, because I'm also planning to do another thing now. What's the next step? Yeah, but I think completing, because I took a long break from my studies. I haven't been studying a long time. Now I come back, I do masters. That was supposed to be 2 years, is in 1 year. Yeah, it was Dimakatso.
So you were doing your full masters while still working?
Working. We will have classes and I'll be at another province, another region, but it's doable.
No, I see the thing of I work well under pressure. This is it. This is proof. This is the proof.
You know, it was not even for me, this master, but now that I have it, I'm going to use it for because I just wanted to silence other people. Sometimes I want to, man. I can do it.
And you did
I'm
it.
kidding.
And you did, but you did it. But
I did it. Yeah.
Another one.
Another one.
But congratulations.
Thank you, my lady.
Okay, so now being recognized amongst the male and guardian top 200 young South Africans is a very significant milestone. What did that recognition mean to you?
Yeah, I also couldn't believe it, because when they were giving us the awards, they were like, no, there are about 60,000 young South Africans, who were part of them, applications or whatever. And when having made it to 200, and I think in mining there were just the two of us at that time. It felt surreal. Like I don't know how to express it, but it sort of gives you that kick whenever you are feeling down. It's something that wakes up to say, there's someone who's actually seeing what I'm doing, embracing what I'm doing and appreciating me for what I'm doing, because it also comes back to advocacy. This had to do with the work that I did with the organization that I was talking about, the tutoring services, but also some of the women in mining had put up those motivations for me to be recognized. So there are some women who believes in me in the industry that I might have helped one. Some I don't even know their faces even today,
but they still remember that.
Yeah, so
you did actually.
It I don't know how. Yeah, but it's a great thing. It motivates me. People see what I'm doing, and also, I think it meant well, or it meant a lot when you do something and you're not expecting something in return. Now you're being recognized for it's like a bonus. Say, oh, okay, there's that, yeah. But there's more we can do. One thing that I've realized, having worked in this industry, particularly for women in mining issues that comes across our desk, it kills you. It is very challenging to deal with issues one by one, particularly where there's no system. Because you ask yourself, if there was a system for this particular issue, I wouldn't be having to handle this issue, this one and that one. Already we know that everyone is covered. The employer, if it's a mining issue, the mine must comply. Ladies and women must be protected, and they must ensure that the working conditions are well. Women are safe from all these cases of GBV. And. But when they come one by one, I think that is where most of our time, we spend most of our time dealing with individual cases that it's not even my responsibility, but they get to me and they get to you mentally, because it's Tlotlo, I want to help her. I need to help her, but you hand it over, you escalate to a relevant department, and somehow he dies. You feel like you're feeling cold, to say, but why can we not have a system in place? Why can we not have a certain policy? Why can we not support industry? Industry, have an industry-wide policy to govern some of the issues that we have. There's really no need for us to tackle issues one by one as when they come, and we're just running around. It exhausts us. Yeah. What was the question again?
The question was... Okay, but the question was, what did the recognition mean to you? But
yes. Yeah. Okay, the impact. I wanted to talk to that about impact, to say the impact that I've done, it was just so little, a drop in the ocean. But if we were to have it at a bigger scale, contributed, I think that's motivated my participation at the BRICS Youth Association, because as I wanted to see, no, I'm trying.
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to sort of bring that impact at a bigger scale, to say if I can influence it at a BRICS level or a SADC level or IGF level, or, perhaps we can get somewhere. But having to deal with or providing for services, tutoring ngwana ga mashashane, and then ka bushuya mkamole ko Bakambek, and then the next time o ya ko Newcastle, it's just a drop in the ocean, Yeah. So impact, I think we can also try to accelerate our impact with policies, with systems that exist. Maybe we're all struggling with the same thing. You are providing tutoring services, but if we were to support each other, have one thing, we all have one common goal. I don't think we're doing all these things for self-enrichment. No. So that is where the awareness of information comes in, to say, don't assume that because she's in Tembisa is very close to Joburg.
They know.
She knows. And I love this podcast. I love these TikToks because now everyone is on their phone. We have gone digital. They have access to information. But some that I've noticed there on TikTok, they are saying things. They are scaring people off mining, man. No, mining is not that bad.
Life is that bad.
But there are issues everywhere, hey? Issues. I remember when I started to work, Mama, but opereka mining underground, mokoting. I'm like, yes. Like when I utlo kwagere, nkana ka re ke tswa ka gate ka thula ke koloi.
So what's the difference?
So now we need to send the right information to people. Let's encourage
and cancel the misconceptions.
Yeah, I think when we're at the mining Indaba, Spell, I don't know if you know him. He said a very important thing, that mining lacks PR, good PR. You have all these industries. They even have ambassadors, eh? They are selling the right message to their audiences. What are we selling as mining? The information that I know now, it ends Lidima. This is my first podcast, by the way. The reason I have issues with podcasts, I'm not well articulated. So I'm like, what am I going to say when I get there? But the podcast, you need to send the right messages, because what I know, I can only be known by me. And if I don't share it, if I don't put it out there, or if I don't share it with someone else, people might not know. How many of the young people are working where I work? And how many of them are exposing people to the kind of information that I have? Oh, I wanted to say...
No, right, Lord. No, yeah. I feel like, listening to you, it really also like opened another eye. And also with how you mentioned that, like these podcasts, they actually like give people a platform to actually share what they have, to also pour into other people's cups. So if you're watching this and you have
subscribed,
yes, I hope you have subscribed. And also, if you are an industry person, or if you have like valuable information that you think needs to be relayed, because as you said that mining already has lack of PR, so just to cancel the misconceptions of mining is wara, mining is this, mining is not that. I think having people like you here on this platform, it really, 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 really helps make a difference. It really does. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gallo.
Okay.
So, I thought we were done.
No, I don't know. We are not. I'm still milking out the info. We are not done. No. Okay, so now we know that life has, stumbling blocks. We know that this journey that you have walked, like me being the outside person, obviously I see that it wasn't easy, right? So I just want to ask you, like, what were your lowest points in your journey of who you are currently, and how did you navigate that?
Lowest. There were a lot, man. For the fact that you're imaning, there will always be some
Ish.
lowest. I can't say it because they were more personal. But
it doesn't have to be.
yeah, but
personal,
what I can
personal.
say is that when you go through something, there will be things that happen. I mean, it's everywhere. There's no workplace that is perfect. And you sort of discouraged. You are not to wake up in the morning. You must think of the person who sees you now as Udima. I'm sure you don't want to be seen. You can't give up. It's no longer about me anymore. It's not even about my closest family. It's about people that I don't even know. So what do you do? Giving up is not an option, unfortunately. We are saving the industry. The issues might be at work, at the office, but I'm not saving the office. I'm trying to also contribute to saving a life at the operation. So we must think of the bigger picture. Why are you doing this? Why have you started? So yeah, there are things that happen, and always, the way nature works. When you're going through something, and you most probably like to try and open TikTok or a Bible or something, there will always be that verse that carries you. Some of us were Christians, and it will take you through that. That's because they come and go. There will always be issues. That one I can tell you. There will always be challenges. Sometimes we just sit and like, is it worth it? Yes, it's worth it, because someone's life is at the end of it. But also it mustn't take your peace. If it comes to a point where it takes away who you are, it takes away your peace, then you need to rethink, because it's not good. I've seen people, I've met people like myself when I travel here in the industry. You see that they're struggling. I'm like, why are you subjecting yourself to this? But perhaps they've got otherwise as well. That's why they're still there. But if it's a salary, I'm saying
it's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
Not worth it.
It's not worth it. You'll get overlooked for promotions. You'll get overlooked for things, opportunities when they come. But you must always know, unless if you are, or I always say, if you're not happy, either you accept or you do something about it. If you're not doing anything about it, then just take whatever that is being given to you.
Take the L.
Yeah. Take the L. Yeah, okay. But yeah, I've also had my fair share of low points, like a lot. Fair share. I don't want any low points, but unfortunately, this is life.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens.
Okay. So now, what actually like keeps you motivated? Like, what actually keeps you going?
Besides my salary.
Which means it's worth it.
It's the impact in the industry, man. Yeah, sharing an information that, it could possibly save a life out there. That means a lot. And also, we have youngsters who are looking at us. You must think of them to say, if I fail and I give up because there will be challenges and I leave it, that is the misconceptions that we're talking about now, that we are portraying mining as this big elephant. Now I'll be sending that particular message to people to say, don't come to mining. Is that, So people who look up to you, but also people whom you look up to, because I've had challenges in my life, in my career particularly, where I was just so tired, so demotivated, so demoralized. But the importance of having mentors. I've had mentors for different reasons and for different seasons. There'll be a mentor when I had a particular issue. They'll be the one guiding me through that process. If there's a particular issue, because no one is an expert in everything, right? And during those times, those people will say, hey, you come fine, you're still going far. This is just a phase, you'll go through it. And it also means a lot. I will say, happy birthday from Tlotlo. I'm sorry, my lady. Happy birthday message from Tlotlo and happy birthday message from Donald Trump. Ramaphosa. Ramaphosa doesn't carry his weight, right? Yeah, so it means a lot when you are being encouraged by people who are up there and who are also noticing what your impact, what you're doing, and they're saying, hey, we
You
also
see.
had that. Don't give up. No, you still have a long way to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would you say that your source of inspiration is from your mentors, or you have other source of inspiration when like you're like, I'm down bad?
We're always down bad. I can even say just last night I was down bad. It's an equal balance from my mentors that I look up to, but for people who look up to me, I think of them to say I want them to see mining as a thriving and a successful industry, and also they can do well, Yeah, so I'll say equal balance. It just depends on the situation that you're going through. If it's something that challenges you as a person and your personality or something like that, I'm sure you're like, hey, I'm not breaking down. You're an issue. But if it's a system issue, something along those lines, and you have people who are saying, hey, the mentors, it just depends on them. And also books. I read a lot of feminist books, by the way. So they somehow one day wabala fix the system, not the women book by Laura Boyce, and then
I hear you.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to women aspiring to build successful careers in mining? Let's say you're talking to me.
You are already putting yourself out there. I wanted to say that. Sell your work. Sell not a product but a solution. Yeah, I think that is the biggest challenge. Everyone wants to do something, sell a product, but what are you selling? A solution. You need to sell a solution. What are you offering? What makes you stand out? Speak up. Be there. For women, it's very challenging. As much as we are for women in mining, there are women who are undermining other women. And there are those women who will sit at, I think I've attended a fair share of events in this industry. And I can tell you that there's women who will take podiums, talk about how discrimination and inequality, but they are the actual perpetrators. So I'll say, don't be like them. When you are a woman, support each other, join that network, learn from other women, and fix each other's crowns. But the most important one, I'll say, speak up. When I got an offer from my internship to a permanent post, I was the only girl with the two guys, right? I'm coming to the women point. We were given an offer. I was ready to accept. So I'm from UJ. The two guys are from the university down the road. Right? The two guys, I can tell you, when an offer came, they said, no way, we're not going to take these. And that moment had me reflecting to say, I think naturally, or maybe it was just me, women, we are just conditioned to accept things the way they are. We don't challenge the offer. We don't challenge what we are being given. We just take it, So when you enter mining, when you are within mining, growing up the ranks, challenge the status quo. Don't just take whatever that is being given to you. I'll also say, apply for that post, even though you don't meet 100% of the requirement. Women, when post about 5 requirements, you'll want to tick all 5 boxes. Men, 2.5, they will apply. Maybe it's that syndrome, imposter syndrome. What?
Am I good enough?
I don't deserve to be in this room. Here, why me? No. If you're struggling with that, go seek counseling, read books, do something, ask for help. It will limit you. So women, we need to speak up. We need to take up space. But for us to take up space is you need to talk to people, ask the right questions, challenge this status quo. Don't just take it as when it comes.
So we must not say, it is what it is.
Babata 5 requirements, you've got 3, apply. It is up to the recruiter or whoever is hiring if they want you or not. Don't limit yourself. I'm not applying, but I apply.
No, we are taking notes. We'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there. But okay, what legacy would you like to leave? For the next generation. Happy now you guys are working so that when we come in, we must run. Actually, we must fly with it.
But interesting youth. I'm still youth. You talk as if I'm a veteran.
No.
I'm still a youth.
I know, but like looking at the work that already it's being done, like it's paving a way for us so that when we come in, we are. But you personally, what would you like to leave for the next generation of mining professionals?
I don't have an exact thing, more generic, but I'll say we want to leave women, us as women, the industry must be able to retain us. Because as much as there's a high number of young graduates who are coming up, like I think last time we were at the Vets Innovation Summit, Prof mentioned how they have released graduates, thousands of young women. But if you go back to the industry in 2 or 5 years, they won't be there anymore because the industry cannot sustain or retain them, cannot retain us. So what legacy can we leave? Or I'll say sort of have an influence as well for me to leave is to work through the system. There's really nothing that we can do except to change the system. Let's change the policies. Let's challenge the policies. Let's contribute towards the system and the policies so that we can have a system that works for us as women. As much as women have been integrated in this mining industry or in the sector was not ready for us. If we can look at how many policies of women in mining do we have, we only have, is it the revised PPE guideline? We have the guidance note on the management of GBVF and in the SAMI. What else do we have besides those two? Zilch. Yet we have about 70,000 people, 70,000 women.
And we have more women entering the industry.
More women in the industry now. But we need those systems. So what are those systems? We need those policies that will protect and retain women. Most of the issues that we have now, I think the challenge is the contractors, and they're coming up quite a lot. When we're reading the information from the internet, currently in the industry, 43% of the workforce is contractor employees. Contractor employees. Most of the issues that we have in mining is contractors. A woman falls pregnant, they do not want to disclose the pregnancy because they're taking off work. That means they don't have a salary. So what do? They continue working. PPE. There's issues of PPE related to contractors. I'm not saying other mines, but majority. We need to have a system as an industry that will protect both a mine owner employee and a contractor employee. I think that is the legacy. It's not up to me. It's not my doing only, but it's for all of us. It's a challenge for all of us. We work with the state, the regulators. We work with the unions, and also we work with the employers as well. Yeah.
Challenge. I feel like now, like, for me, like, what's ringing in my head is the fact that you don't need to be passive about everything. Just if you see something that needs to be questioned, question it.
Yes. If you don't, you're starting a war within yourself. It will eat you up. You need to question it because that thing might save someone else's life. Maybe not yours, but someone else. Not maybe fatally, but psychologically, mentally, Challenge things. Don't take them as when they are. There are submissions open for research, for regulation. Submit anything that we think it will contribute to the health and safety. Submit, make that submission. It is up to those who are working on them through the processes whether they're going to take it or not. Yeah.
Okay. Yo, wow.
I think we're done now.
No, but like, I'm taking everything in. But yeah, we are about to wrap up.
Okay.
But before we close off the episode, what message would you like to relay to our audience? to the engineers, to the women in mining, to people that are in the industry?
You know, they say in Baring, what doesn't kill you
Makes you stronger.
make you stronger. But so sa savings sa bola or sering spade. What I want to say is that in mining, what you don't know might kill you. So awareness is very important. How do you get exposure? How do you get access to that information? How do you get that awareness? Is through the right channels. Ne? Get the right information. Get the right information. Mining we all belong to mining. Mining is for all of us. It's for women, it's for men. And if you're a man or if you're a woman, you're not coming up right, there's someone who can help you. Either union or regulator, the inspectorate, or your employer, your management, someone who employed you. Or right, if it's just an information, seek the right channel so you can get the right information like this one. What is it that is available in the industry? If we were to go back to the work phase now, about a certain information related to mining, they wouldn't know, but you'll think because they're in mining, they should know. Knowledge is power. If you are knowledgeable, if you are informed, you'll go very far. I wish I'll be far. But I'm saying if you are knowledgeable, you know the right people and the right things. Network, information, network. You've made it in life. Don't confine yourself to a mining operation. Naki busy, ki stuff, ba mpatla stuff. Hey, ka ofela re busy, lo rena ba re batla ditofo, but in other aspects. Put yourself out there, get the information, consume the right information. Not YouTube and just do silly things there on YouTube or lepantala 6 hours, 3 hours. No, get the right information. Yeah, information is out there. We've went digital. I don't think there's anything that you can search that you wouldn't find on social media. But mining is very, very. We know in mining. I usually do that when I search there on YouTube mining content. Very few. I know it's the minor group. I know I won't name those. I'll see Mama Nwako Kai, she's doing that. Quite few people who are doing that. That means the information is limited. So you need to sell as much as information as possible so that you can get to people, the right people who want to use it. Yeah.
Okay. And that is
thank you.
That is and that is a wrap. And to end of this episode, guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. And we will see you on the next one. Thank you so much,
Thank you. I won't be here on the next one. Bye.
Maybe there might be a part 2. Maybe. But thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I hope I was not controversial. I stepped on anyone's
Not at all.
toes. Yeah, no, thank
if
you.
we did, we apologize.
We apologize in advance.
But that is the end of the episode. See you on the next one.
Bye. Clock it.